everyone to today's virtual webinar on content writing tips from our experts, subject matter experts. So get ready to explore ideas on curating engaging content that drives potential customers and maximizes ROI. The session will be hosted by Devansh Sharma, and our subject matter experts today are Abhishek Rathour, who is specializing in IT content, and Rimmi Jain, an expert in architecture and engineering content. So let's give them a warm welcome. Over to you, Devansh.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Abhishek, I think we should start and please start with the session. Thank you.
Sure. Hi everyone. Welcome today's in the training session for content. So just give me a moment. I am sharing my screen. So once it is shared, just let me know if you can everyone can we see the screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So I have prepared a small presentation for it. So in just give me yeah. In this session, we will be learning about the content writing skills, tips, and other aspects. And also we will learn how to approach when it comes to research for the topics and keyword selection, as well as when we are writing, how should we identify the correct audience. So just give me a moment. Yeah. So I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, we can. Yes, we are.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So if I start with content writing, the most common, perception about the content writing, this domain, or you can say this field, is that everyone thinks it is just searching anything on Google and picking the information from different sites and like simply putting them together. It is actually content writing is more than just filling information or creating blog pages and putting the like words and sentences in the document. It is actually when we are doing content writing, it is actually to you can say market or promote the brand value of the organization for which we are writing the content, as well as to achieve the objective of that piece of content from business perspective. And while working here in BluEnt and over the past couple of years where I've worked, so I have understood one thing is that clarity is always better than writing something that is very complex, because nowadays no one will have the time to go through the entire thing and read and try to decipher the meaning. Everyone wants that the let the content be simple, easy to understand. So that is the main thing that we should follow when writing the content. Okay, so now we will go to some and see like some key pointers. The first thing is that the table of content, or TOC for short, is the most important part. It had it like when we are reading some novel or when we are reading some book or anything, we always go and check the TOC, like what topic is covered or what is the information provided, so we get to know, okay, I am like, as a reader, I will be able to learn this thing from this book or this content. Next is the content structure. So you have seen, you might have come across many contents on the online that has like chunks of paragraphs, long paragraphs, which are often very difficult to read because you cannot make out whether it is connecting to the next part, and it often becomes overwhelming. So in order to, if you are writing a content that is exceeding 1500, or even if it's exceeding 1000, I will say, then you should break it into like different sections, give separate and clear headings, subheadings, so it will be much more easier for a reader to get the information, and it also will have a visually appealing effect. Next is the tone. So it is very important to understand that not all writings, not all the content that is being written is of the same tone, because for a corporate or for a business writing part, it has to be very professional and should appeal to the reader as well as from the business perspective. And when we are writing just some casual content like a story or any narrative, so it can be simply as a conversational manner or simply in a storytelling format. And if we are writing for, let's say, a product or service, a bit of storytelling can be added to ensure like, or you can say to show the customer's journey so that the person who is reading it can relate to it. Next is the consistency. Again, it is very important to understand that having grammatical errors and or any spelling mistakes is not acceptable, especially when we are submitting it for publishing and especially in a professional domain. Next is the CTAs, which are very important in the corporate world. So like without CTAs, it you can say CTAs are like call to actions, like so that the reader gets, has the urge to click on that. Okay, if I'm written some very simple, the CTAs have to be very professional as well as compelling in term, and it should be relevant to the section where the CTA is being put. And lastly, it should be in an active voice. So if you can see, have shared one example, you will be able to understand like which one sounds better. Our team built the app versus the app was built by our team. So I guess everyone will agree that the first one sounds better. Okay. Next topic is related to keyword and topic selection. So it has been a very common perception that, or it was earlier in my case that when I started content writing, I usually like followed the keyword that was provided to me. And I used to write simply the content and deciding, okay, what is the topic or what is the matter of it. But now if you want to go ahead with the or select the right topic for your next blog or article, you have to check the Google Trends or go through the social media hashtags to see what exactly is trending in the market. Check what are your competitors are doing and what kind of information they are providing on that particular, product or service or that keyword. Check what kind of information they are providing. If they are missing anything, can you get that information and work it out? And second, and lastly, you should understand, the customer's pain point. Like when you are writing the content, the aim of the content should be to address the pain point of the customer, whether it is a CXO or whether it is a common man or a simple customer also. So you have to address that point, make sure the topic covers and the topic title also follows the same thing. And if I talk about keyword selection, there are many tools. So basically I have been using keyword planner. And when using keyword planner, I will just give a glimpse of this keyword planner after this session once. Uh, in keyword planner, you can identify the correct keyword based on the volume, because the high volume means keywords have been largely used by the in Google searches in the given span of time. It like and a high volume keyword also indicates the competition and the traffic that it is generating. So I have just prepared a couple of quick questions. So it's just for everyone. So what do you think is the aim of content writing? If anyone can tell me quickly.
The
No, just
aim of
this thing,
content, the aim
right?
of content writing is to reach to the appropriate audience and to resolve their pain points and to give them a clear insight about what they are looking forward to. So according to me, the aim of the content should be that one. Second is, if you're running a business and if you want to actually grow your business and target your potential customers, so
Hmm,
the content should be straightforward, targeted to them only, so that they can get better understanding about your skill sets, about your services, and about your business as well.
okay. Okay. So that's the main thing, that reaching the target audience for any given product or service. So again, like what is the important aspects that we need to follow? As I've already discussed, these are the table of contents, the content structure, the tonality of the content, consistency, as well as the CTAs. And how to identify the right topic? You can check Google, check the social media post, and as well as follow the industry newsletters to see what the competitors are doing, what is currently in trend in the market. And how to get content, like keywords for your content. You can use tools like SEMrush, Keyword Planner, and Ahrefs. Next is the most important thing is how to identify the target audience. Well, the thing is your target audience has to be always relevant to the topic of the blog you are writing. So for example, if I'm writing for any medical service or any medical product, you should understand that people who are associated with that particular reason for that medical, I mean that device or that service. If it's related to any health monitoring system, who are those people who will be using it. So you should create an image of your target audience in your mind, that, as I have mentioned here, like who would need that given product or service, who would be benefited. So in terms of both technical and non-technical things, you have to understand that the target audience, keeping in mind who will be benefited from this thing. Plus, you can check various kind of posts in your domain, and from there you will get an information and idea about what kind of people are interacting them, which group of people is interacting with the posts. So that's all from my end. So I will hand over the mic to Devansh. Devansh, you can take it from here.
Thank you so much, Abhishek, for this wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
Uh, so, Rimi, give your presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Devansh. Great points covered there. Thank you, Abhishek, for that, for letting that
Thank you.
solid base. Okay. Okay. Building on that, I'll walk you through how content writing actually works step by step with the live example. So let me take somebody from the audience. Anuj, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. So just a minute. Okay. So what is content writing? So like, suppose imagine Anuj has come up with a very brilliant new product like a shampoo which is specifically designed for the men's hair. Now creating a great product is just the first step. To make sure that people know about it, we need to market it. Website building is just a one step, but you need to communicate with the audience. So you need to know what are their needs. So the words, the articles, the product descriptions, the blog posts, social media posts, everything it forms, uh, it's called content. But content writing doesn't just tell you what the people about your product. It builds connection with the audience. So it's kind of a bridge between the product or the service that you are serving and the audience. The good content helps the people to understand your product, builds trust, triggers the engagement, drives the website traffic. Of course, it generates leads as well. So while going to the content writing, there are basically three terms that you often hear that are content writing, copywriting, and creative writing. So let me tell you, like content writing is when Anuj wants to explain what the shampoo is all about, to address the user questions, share tips, give the information, highlight the product benefits. That or everything comes under the content writing. When you talk about copywriting, it's more specific and action driven. If Anuj wants to run an ad campaign, he'll need some crisp and compelling ad copies that generate the leads, that drive the sales and grab attention. Everything comes under copywriting. Creative writing is everything comes. It's a different game. It's all about entertainment. So Anuj one day decides to write a book or a story about his journey and experiences, and that's where content writing, creative writing comes under. When we talk about starting with the content writing, we generally follow a 360-degree formula. Like it starts with the research, then you plan it, write it, edit, optimize, then you publish it, analyze, and then repurpose the same content that you have published. If, for example, you have published a blog, then you repurpose it in the form of a social media or a LinkedIn post or a video or an infographic. Then now comes the biggest of the all. That's the research. I mean, it generally for me it consumes about 50% of my time. So when you research like a detective. Like good content, it obviously starts with a good research. You study the trends, you know your audience, you track the competitors, talk to the subject matter experts. It's very important. And even the search engine SEO professionals, they help you know which Google words are trending or which this topic is relevant or not. So, for example, in the previous case, like Anuj's case, if you're selling a men's shampoo, research whether people are looking for an anti-dandruff shampoo, hair fall control, or a natural shampoo, a shampoo with the natural ingredients, like that. Next is you need to do proper planning before you write, right? Like decide if the content it's working as a single article or you need to break it up into a number of series. Like rather than giving a huge, big 2,000, 3,000 word article, you can break it up into 1,000 words, smaller articles that are easily skimmable by your readers. Okay, and also feed whatever you have researched, feed your research into the GPTs or the AI tools, whichever you are using. That will help you spark some new ideas. For example, uh, this you can write this shampoo reduces dandruff without drying your scalp instead of just giving a large number of details on just a normal anti-dandruff shampoo. Next, we have, okay, now you need to write, or now to need to start writing the blog. So you need to use very short and crisp paragraphs. Just make sure that there are just 2-3 lines in a paragraph. Make sure they're written in a liner way. This is done because it improves the readability and the skimmability of the reader. So try to blend the keywords naturally. Make sure there is no stuffing. The stuffed content will not rank. Even if it's ranking, the rankings will drop immediately. You can make sure that the content you are providing is relevant to the reader. It's clear, relevant, and focus on their pain points. Nobody is going to read a general blog or general article until and unless it is hitting their pain point. Then you need to edit it. After you have written the blog, right, or any content piece, editing, it sharpens the draft, cut the fluff, fix the flow, and check for the clarity. Refine the tone and the grammar as well. So that there are many tools like Grammarly is there, MS Word is there. Check for your audience. If your audience is UK based or US based, you need to follow those words itself. For example, like I have been writing CAD content for many years, and there are few terms that are specifically used in US market and some in UK market. For example, for 3D rendering, 3D visualization is particularly a common word which is used in US markets. And CGI is a word which is used in UK market. So you need to make sure that you are using correct version of that word in that particular block. Proofread it multiple times to make sure that your blog is ready, your blog or the content piece is ready to be uploaded and for the publishing. Also, after that, you need to, after you have published, before publishing also, you need to make sure, as Abhishek has also added, you need to make sure that the proper internal linking needs to be there. External links should be there. Proper call to actions should be there so that people click and you can have it, they can generate the leads out of that. Make sure the relevant images are placed wherever they are necessary. And before you send it for the publishing, make sure you are sharing it to the subject matter experts so that they can review it. They can give their expert opinion on that. And then it's ready for that publishing. Okay, then you need to, after it is published, make sure you are tracking. You need to team up with the SEO expert. Make sure you track the page reviews, engagements, and bounce rate. Keep on optimizing it. Identify the gaps in case some other competitor has published it. You need to check if there are any gaps you have missed out, or any language which has any terms that have been outdated. You can update it anyhow. Then next comes the AI or your GPT. They are your writing assistants and definitely not the replacement. AI can help you speed up the ideas, outlines, and keyword research. Originality comes from adding your voice, your examples, and product benefits as well. Final takeaways, like whenever you're writing a content, make sure you research properly, make sure it is relevant, and make sure it is readable and hitting the pain points of the audience. Else, there is no point. Every content piece will be a trash unless it is not addressing the pain points. It's not readable. It's not relevant to your readers. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Remy, for the wonderful presentation. Thank you so much. Uh, so, ma'am, shall we go ahead with the questions now?
Yeah, thank you, Rimi, and thank you, Abhishek. You guys are wonderful, and you have given a very insightful opinion about the like these content writing tips and how the content should be written for the appropriate set of audience. And you have covered so many relevant areas that we should always talk about, that relevancy, and it should, I mean, the content should be polished and reviewed from your subject matter experts before publishing it to the website or social media. So I mean, the purpose is that the audience, they should get the better understanding about what we are talking about, what the topic is all about, and whether we are trying to resolve their pain points so that they can get but better, they can, I mean, it can help them to decide better. It will help them in their decision making. So it's wonderful, I mean, you being there here and sharing all your insights about the content writing. Thank you so much, I really appreciate it. So yeah, Devansh, we can go ahead and start the questions. Maybe many people definitely have questions for Rimi and Abhishek about content writing or other aspects. So yeah, you can please go ahead and maybe everyone can raise their hand and ask the questions accordingly. Yeah, Devansh, over
Yes.
to you. Yeah.
I think Amit sir, please go ahead. I think you have raised your hand.
Yeah, hi everyone. So I have one question for Rimi. Uh,
Yes, sir.
so Rimi, how do you ensure the correct tone when writing for UK English or US English?
Okay. It really comes down to knowing your audience actually. UK
Okay.
readers usually prefer a slightly formal and neutral tone, and the
Mm-hmm.
US readers, they are more conversational. They need a more
Right.
elaborative way to
Right.
answer to their answers. So you
Mm-hmm.
just need to adjust the word choice. Like for example, in UK English, you say,
Mm-hmm.
please find the report attached, right? And in
Mm-hmm.
US English, you say, in here's a report for you. So like to ensure the UK and US or Australian or Indian English, there are many tools available also. Like in MS Word, you have the language settings, you have the Grammarly. In fact, now you have the GPTs like ChatGPT, Grok is there, and Perplexity is there. There are many AI tools. So you can take the help. And one thumb rule, which I would suggest based on my experience, is that like when you are when you're drafting any particular content, make sure you refer to the local sites. Like if you're writing for the UK audience, prefer to research the UK websites rather than going for
Mm-hmm.
US and UK. So this will help you understand the right context as well as the right tone. And beyond that, experience will always help you
Right.
grasp the nuances.
So UK people are more polite than
Yes,
US, you say?
they are more polite, they are more formal. For
Yeah.
example, like I'll give you a very short example. Like
Mm-hmm.
in US, in UK, we say horse riding.
The
In
profession.
horse riding, we say horse riding. In
Mm-hmm.
US, we have to say horseback riding. You need to be very clear
Mm-hmm.
about the words.
Right. Thank you. Thanks, Rimi.
Yes, please use please comments.
Yeah, hi everyone. Hi Rimi. I have a one question.
Yes,
So
sir.
sometimes while writing content, I feel a lack of words. I know like what I want to write, but I struggle to find the right phrases or alternative. Like
Yes,
for
yes, yes.
example, while drafting a blog or social media caption, I might repeat similar words or using very basic language for a vocabulary. So how can I overcome this challenge and how can I deal with that?
See, that happens with everyone. Even we as a content writers, it happens with us as well. So not only lack of words, but wait, right, the way you said that things sometimes get repetitive in even if you're using your GPTs, even if you're using Chat GPT, things will get repetitive. So what the best thing you can do is to pause and revisit your research. Like think about the questions which your audience will be using, will be thinking. Think about their pain points again. Then give it your version, share the examples you want to include, and then put yourself in their shoes. Like what would they want to know? Keep researching, keep researching, keep researching, and you will find the right words.
Wait, thank you.
So
Thank you, Piyush.
I have a question. Sorry, Devan, shall I go ahead?
Yes, ma'am,
Yes,
please
sir.
go.
So I have a question for Abhishek. So Abhishek, should we use tools like ChatGPT? Right? Every now and then people are using it. So I wanted to understand how to avoid over reliance while using ChatGPT.
Hey, it's a very good question and very like it commonly comes up and is also quite a challenge for all the writers nowadays because everyone is simply going ahead putting the information in ChatGPT, give me this, give me that, and it gives you a well prepared thing. But a writer must understand that the information that ChatGPT is providing, it is a compilation of the information that is already existing in the website. I definitely agree that using ChatGPT saves a lot of time in terms of research. But if I go ahead and simply be dependent on ChatGPT for, the content and everything, it sort of like, sorry, now I'm using this word, sort of kills, like completely destroys or kills the creativity of the writer. Because earlier when I started working it in like back in 2014, so there was no chat GPT, no AI, nothing. So I simply, whenever the SEO used to provide me with the keywords or the blog topic, I had to search Google, search the blog sites, everything, get the information, refer like 5, 6 different websites. So that was a sort of knowledge gathering also for myself. And it also boosted my research abilities. Now what happens when I'm using chat GPT? Obviously, I am saving a lot of time in getting the exact information, the resource. So even if I'm trying to use that information, I will suggest anyone who is using ChatGPT to write a content to use that information and phrase it in his or her own words rather than simply copy pasting it and just doing simple small edits to make it original.
Yes, Shiv
Thank
sir,
you,
I think
Abhishek.
you have been holding a hand for some time. Yes, Shiv sir.
Thank you both, Abhishek and Rimmi, valuable topics and valuable advice. My question regarding Abhishek, how do you keep content optimized without making it robotic?
Okay.
Please.
Okay. So if I talk about when I talk about like optimizing the content, it is not just okay, SEO has given me 2, 3 keywords. For example, if Anuj is giving me 2, 3 keywords, like primary keywords that are very competitive and have a high search volume. When I'm optimizing a content, my target should not be just filling the content randomly with that primary keyword. It should be well in balance with the SEO guidelines as well as the readability parameters. The content should not, like for example, if I'm using a keyword in a sentence, it should not be forceful. Even if you're trying to incorporate any keyword in a sentence or any paragraph where there is no such information, I will recommend to at least add a couple of lines related to the keyword so that when you're mentioning that keyword, it does not sound like forceful or does not sound robotic. And if I am talking about how to prevent an art, like content from appearing as a robotic, you should be very crisp, very concise. You should use various headings, subheadings, bullet points. Because if you ask ChatGPT to provide a content, it will simply give you in paragraph format. Because it only means it once you put it or once you tell it that, okay, put it in bullet points, only then it will provide you the content in the bullet points. Otherwise, its only target is I will provide the content in long, long paragraphs. So I hope this answers your question, Sir.
Okay. Thank you, Shiv sir. Thank you, Abhishek. Anuj, please go next.
Thank you, Devansh. I have a question for Rimi. So actually, SEO trends is changing quite frequently, and also the trends are evolving at a rapid pace. So I have a question regarding the blog. So according to you, what's the ideal length for a blog to perform well in SEO?
That's a good question. Okay. It depends on the type of the content. Like for quick updates, informations, and easily graspable content, make it under 800 words. Then for standard blogs and how-tos, you can make it around 800 to 1200 words. For the in-depth
Okay.
guides, we can go from 12 to 1800 will be a good length. And for the pillar contents, for the long form, that literally long form content, they are pillar contents. So 2000 plus words will work. but the key is always to go for clarity and value for the readers.
Yes, great.
Thank you. Thank you, Anuj. Thank you, Rami. Preeti, I think you raised your hand. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I have one question to Abhishek. Abhishek, among multiple options, how do you know that what is the exact keyword?
Okay. Again, like good questions are coming back to back. Okay. So, yeah, obviously it is a challenge for writers to understand which is the correct set of keyword or which exactly is the perfect keyword for that article or content when we have multiple keywords. So the first thing should be like basically there are three things that you should consider when choosing the right keyword. One is like the relevance. So you should understand the keyword that you are selecting should be relevant to the product or to the service that your business is catering. For I will give an example. Let's say if BluEnt is catering this is Snowflake integration services, and I am using keyword for some other service that is not any way or anyhow related to that thing. So it is completely irrelevant on using that keyword in the content. Yeah, I can use that keyword for you can say for interlinking the relevant service page, but not in a maximum way. Just I will suggest in like if I'm using some other service keyword in a different in a targeted page, so that should be only once at the end. And the next second thing is the intent. So when you are choosing the keyword, is it aligning or is it in sync with the audience or is it in sync that the with the requirement of the target audience? If I'm using Snowflake integration and consulting services, is it matching or is it fulfilling the requirement of the audience who are searching for that consulting and integration services? Next, the third and the most important thing is the opportunity. So is the keyword fulfilling the all the three aspects of the business value, audience needs, and ranking potential? Is the keyword carrying all these three qualities within itself? If yes, then it's the right keyword for you.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. Thank you, Preeti, for the question. I think Vivek has raised his hand. Yes, Vivek.
Thank you, Devans. Abhishek, I have a question. How can a blog reuse for LinkedIn newsletters or videos?
Uh, it's very simple to to use the blog when we talk about LinkedIn newsletter or a video. You just have to trim and you can say rephrase the content, or you can say like simply like trim and edit the content according to the requirement. Because when you are creating a video, it has to be engaging. So what you have to do is in that case, if you are making a video for 1,000 word blog, so what in that case you have to trim the entire blog or take the engaging points or the key points from that content and use it in the video, whether it is an infographic type or a simple animated video. You have to keep it engaging. So you cannot take the risk of putting all that information in all the 5,000 words information into that video. So you have to trim it. So, and when it comes about when like if I talk about the LinkedIn post again, the strategy is same for the when we are following the one which we are following for the videos. Because in LinkedIn post, which what I have seen, the information is again crisp, concise, and to the point. So again, you have to trim down the things and information to make it very crisp, because we are generally putting in a short carousel or in a infographic thing. And if I talk about newsletters, so since newsletter is generally very long and it's very elaborate format, so we can obviously use that 100 words, or we can create some like a different sort of intro or different sort of content and then link that newsletter to that article or to that blog. So I hope it answers the question, Vivek.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Vivek, for the lovely question. Anuj, I believe you have raised your hand again.
Yes. Hi, Abhishek. I have
Hi.
one more question for you.
Okay.
what metrics matters most, like views, engagement, conversion, or SEO ranking?
Uh, I won't say like I cannot simply, tell that this metric is better than the other, because somewhere or the other, all these four, like the views, engagement, conversions, and SEO rankings, everything's are interrelated. So we cannot simply go ahead and say, okay, I will focus this blog in terms of conversion. I will focus this one in terms of SEO ranking. So again, if I'm writing a blog, I need to ensure that the blog is engaging and the information provided in that blog is, fulfilling the queries of the audience. So obviously, if I'm like, you can see like everything is interrelated. If I'm writing a good piece of content that has engaging information, obviously it will get great number of views, and it will also increase the chances of conversions. And once it gains sufficient views, engagement, I believe the SEO ranking will also improve. So all these are important, and we should not sacrifice one for the sake of the other. So all these four parameters should go side by side.
Great.
Great answer, Abhishek. Thank you. Uh, Meanwhile, I believe you had also raised your hand. Do you have any
Yes,
question?
yes. I have a question for Rimi. So,
Yes, ma'am.
Rimi, now, for example, the focus keywords have been decided and the services for that particular month has been targeted. Now, you know that this is a service that we are going to target, or this is the focus keyword that we have to focus on to, make the entire search intent across that particular term, or across that, so for that particular keyword. So, according to you, how do you make sure to choose the right topic for that particular blog so that it can address to the appropriate audience?
Okay. Uh, Thank you for the question. Okay, and now we have the search intent. Like we know what our audience is searching for, what the problems they have, their pain points, and what interests them. Like then we need to check what the trends, what are the trends, what our competitors have covered, and also spot the gaps they have missed out. You can also reach out again to the subject matter experts to understand, to know what any latest update is there on that particular keyword. Or you can, of course, approach SEO specialists as well. They'll help you take that direction to what things you can cover, like what things are trending on the GSC and all that. Okay. So finally, decide if the topic works best as a single piece or as a series, and prioritize the ones that fit your brand and fit your expertise.
Thank you, Rimi. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, Remy. Thank you, Innova, for the question. Piyush, I think you've been holding your hand for some time. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Devansh. Hi, Abhishek. I have a one
Hi,
question
Piyush.
for you.
Yeah.
So, what common errors should new writers avoid? Like, for example, I have seen like many beginners use too many adverbs while
Mhm.
writing instead of using a strong verb. So, like, what mistakes should they be careful about?
Okay. I will give you like a real example, because I started my career as a content writer. So when I started writing my first piece of content, I simply, saw the information. Okay, this is the information they have written like this. I tried to follow that same pattern. If they have written in like in a conversational manner or in a different, I tried to follow the same. So again, gradually over the past couple of years and currently, I came to understand that this is a very common mistake that writers are doing, that they are simply following the tonality, they are following what is written, rather than they are not going ahead with their own creativity. A given piece of content can always be written in a different form. It can always be modified or enhanced using better words in better format. This is one error that write or new writers should avoid. Next thing is, writers should avoid this plagiarism thing. This is very important, especially when I'm writing for a corporate world.
Right.
So okay, it can be instances that I am going through some website. I really like that piece of information and it's really well written. I really loved that piece of line, some quote or some information, and I want that particular thing to be included in my content. So what normally happens, new writer will simply control C, control V. That's it,
Correct.
done. But I should see if I can present the same information in a better way. If it is some data is being given, like for example, if Gartner is saying in 2024, 35% of the companies have gained like 70% boost in their revenue using AI applications. So I can write down in a bit. Obviously, the information is very good for a data-driven content. So what I will do is I will try to put or incorporate that line in a different way so that it does not plagiarizes. Again, I believe plagiarism does not is not applicable to various various things which I believe is one is the medical terms, some particular terminologies using those terms because they are already existing. So we cannot go ahead and change the names and those key terms, the meaning of those terms. So even when we are using plagiarism tracker or checking tools, if the writer does come across these instances where some name or some medical terminology or some tool application, abbreviation or full form is coming as plagiarism, it's better to avoid that. Do not consider that as a part of plagiarism. So that's it, Yush.
Thank
Okay,
you,
and
Abhishek.
just one thing,
That's
sorry,
very helpful.
I missed one thing. The last, like more important part that new writers should follow is they should not ignore the objective of the content as well as the audience. I should not go beyond that. Like I should not over exceed that, objective of that content. Like not go with the emotions and go on blabbing and typing and this thing. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. Thank you, Abhishek. Very
Thank you.
helpful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Abhishek. Yes. I think we have. I think Anuj, please go ahead. No, 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 sorry, Amit, please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Vansh. Yeah, sorry, Abhishek, one more question from my side. So,
Yeah.
how do you keep content natural while making it persuasive?
Okay, you will understand like when you have seen Amit sir, you have seen like how those sale agents, how they
Uh-huh.
approach customers. They will
Yeah.
try to, especially the LIC ones you have seen, like they will completely give you or make you realize, okay, this can happen anytime with me. This will happen with me anytime. So it's better I take. They will put that entire, even if you are sure,
Mm-hmm.
okay, nothing will happen to me, nothing will happen, they will put that, you can say the fear into your mind, into your entire soul that, okay, I really have to, okay, he's telling the truth. It can happen any
Yeah.
point of time. So I will,
Okay.
so this is the persuasion. You can
Mm-hmm.
say how persuasive they are because even if they are giving you the fear, it's like they're telling the truth.
Right.
Even if, and also like they might go overboard at times, but in reality, they are telling you the truth because again, life is not certain. So can if like let's not deviate from the main topic
Yeah.
here. So
Yeah.
if I
Yeah.
talk about how to make the content natural while making it persuasive, again, you have to ensure that the information that you're providing in the content is authentic.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
if I talk about how to make it authentic, we should put real life examples and try to come up with, as I had said in like my previous question answer, that use data points, authentic data points referred to the various researches or reports that are being published because those are well recognized, those are well used by other competitors, so why not we use it? So that will build
Right.
an authenticity for our that content, as well as again, we should explore what the clients are doing, or I mean, sorry, the what are
Mm-hmm.
the competitors doing, what kind of data they are using, from where they are getting. We can use those same things to make our content more authentic. So obviously that will give a sort of persuasion for the readers to go forward.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thanks
Abhishek.
for
Thank
this.
you, Amit sir.
Thank you.
So I believe we are almost done. I also wanted to ask a question. Uh, and it's for Remy. How can AI help in content creation without compromising originality?
Okay. Hi, Devansa. Okay, AI is, as explained by Abhishek sir previously, that AI can be used, is used in fact nowadays for brainstorming ideas to listen down our research. It can help in generating outlines and suggesting frequently asked questions as well. But
Mhm.
rather than solely relying on the GPTs, it's better to give them a prompt which contains your research as well. I'll give you an example. Like like during the PPT, I shared an example of Anuj coming up with a shampoo bottle. So while giving the prompt to the GPT, you can tell in detail what that shampoo bottle will be doing. What exactly are the ingredients? What is the purpose? What exactly the problems it will be solving? And then you come up with a copy. It will definitely be a worthy copy that will generate leads as well. So, and always the best thing is to make sure that you keep adding your own insights, your examples in your voice. And remember, like GPTs and LLMs, they are your assistants and they can make mistakes too. So don't offer them the driving seat. Make sure you drive them well.
Understood. Thank you, Remy. Thank you. So I believe we are almost done with time. And thank you so much, Remy and Abhishek, for their time and
Thank you.
effort. And this wonderful presentation was very educational and also fun and interesting. Meenu ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Devansh, and thank you, Abhishek and Rimi. Honestly speaking, this was an amazing and insightful session. We learned about so many things. There were few things which we were not aware of. Because of you. We got to know those areas, and definitely it is going to help each one of us. It is going to help the other audiences, whoever will be watching you. So thank you so much for being in this session. But next time, definitely we can go ahead with the series of these kind of virtual podcasts wherein we can definitely take different topics altogether. We definitely will talk about more on AI, and we'll talk about the industries and trends definitely. And there may be other aspects which we may be ignoring as of now, but definitely that will definitely help the other audiences so that they can get some insights out of your conversation, and it will definitely help each one of us. Thank you so much for being here today. It was wonderful. Thank you everyone for asking wonderful questions. And I'm so happy that you guys have so many questions, and I'm sure that there must be many other questions in your mind coming up, but due to this lack of time, we can definitely take them in the next session. Thank you so much and have a wonderful weekend, guys. Thanks, Devansh.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
co-hosting this
Thank you.
Thank you.
this
Thank you, ma'am.
virtual podcast. I really appreciate your time. Thank you, everyone. Thanks.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you
you.
so
Bye-bye.
Thank
much,
you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
everyone.
Bye.
everyone.